Welcome back to the channel, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this, and let's get right on in it. So today I'll be going over Cannon Busters episode 4, and I must say this episode did not disappoint. So right off the bat, the Philly the Kid and friends are in a town kind of like this one's a little more lively than the last town that they were in. This one has a lot of like saloons, people walking around. It's bustling. I wouldn't say it's nicer, but there's definitely, people here. Things are going on. One thing that I did find that was a little different is I was assuming that the majority of these characters were either cyborgs or humans, but in this episode we have like a fish-looking guy, tiger-looking guy. I mean, so there's like animals that are like humanoid. So that was definitely like, okay, so is this like on planet Earth, or still trying to get a better feel of where everything's taking place. But that aside, we're actually introduced to a new character, and it's in the form of an old man. His name is Nine. Actually, this episode was titled after him, so Nine. He's an older man. He's a drunk. He reeks of alcohol. He looks like he's just drunk 24/7. I mean, this guy is a complete drunk. But don't let his appearance fool you. Philly the Kid, automatically he notices him and says, hey, that guy's an assassin. He's out to get me. Philly kind of thinks everybody's out to get him, but, he's not wrong. Nine ends up being pretty powerful. So Nine ends up in a bar, and he's asking questions to the barkeep. And then Philly the Kid walks up to him and is kind of basically talking mess and like, hey, your time is up, blah, 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 blah. So Nine, within an instant, slices off his arm, like no hesitation, super duper speed. If anybody watches Bleach, my first instinct was to say, oh my God, did Nine just use Flash Step? Like, he just like, boom, fast. Like the speed is just like, whoa. So slashes off his arm. So I was like, okay, cool. The old man is definitely not to be trifled with. So throughout the episode, Philly and the old guy are just kind of like, it didn't seem like they were serious, like trying to like kill each other, sort of. But they were just kind of going back and forth throughout the episode. And then, of course, Sam and Casey still have the vodka robots tracking them down. So Nine and Philly's fight gets interrupted, and they take out the robots, which are pretty cool. Took them out. And it seems like Nine and Philly kind of have like a mutual respect for one another. I'm not sure how this will progress in the story, but it is really cool because I want to see more backstory about Nine. According to a couple of the characters in the episode, Nine was part of a 47-man samurai squad team of assassins. So he's definitely a skilled samurai. He's got like a lore and legend about him. One of the guys says that he can even fly on his sword, so I think that was kind of like a reach, but that just shows just how noteworthy Nine is and how, pretty legendary. And another thing that's noteworthy, seems like it's pretty common knowledge for people like Philly who have the ability to be immortal. A lot of people are aware of that ability, so I'm wondering how they know about it and how does that tie into the story. So that's definitely a head scratcher, like, so everybody knows about it, but it's not shocking to them. They kind of like, oh, he's an immortal, cool, heard of people like that, but then they kind of like move along. So on a side piece of the episode, not side piece, but kind of like a side story, we see Odin and Prince Kelby. Now, I must say, I love anything associated with the kingdom. Like, those characters are turning out to be my favorite. I just like their designs. I like the way they look. I like anything about kingdoms and swords and just the ancient folklore. I love all of that kind of stuff. And Odin has a very stern, he's very stern towards Kelby. And you could tell Kelby is not used to it. You could tell he's very spoiled. He gets what he wants. And Odin is not budging at all. But you do get to see... it seems to me like Odin didn't give Kelby the exact reason as to why they needed to go to the Gara fort. It doesn't look like he told Kelby the exact reasons, because Kelby kind of seems, I wouldn't say he seems oblivious, like he understands they're in danger, but I don't think he understands the true magnitude. So Odin, I think, is not being 100% direct with the prince. But we do get to see Odin's soft side because Kelby's complaining about being hungry and, you know, he's a spoiled prince. He's tired of the rations, I guess, that they were giving out. So Odin decides to, you know, kill a bird, skin it, and, you know, so they can eat it. But he says, you know, I need to teach you how to have survival skills just in case something happens to me. And you can tell Odin, despite how stern he is with Kelby, he cares for the royal family. He takes pride in what he does, and I just like that dynamic. I hope nothing happens to Odin because I want to see him in action, but I'm starting to really like his character, and I'm just like, I hope he's not the typical super strong badass guard that sacrifices his life for like the prince or the king. I really don't want that to come out of his character. So here's hoping for that because I really like his design. So another noteworthy thing is the assassins, or the bounty hunter from the first episode. His name is Black Claw. That whole gang, they're still trying to get revenge off Philly the Kid. They're heading towards. They pop up and then they're heading towards, I guess, to go find him, and they're interrupted with the assassins that. I believe his name is Locke. I think that's the villain's name. I got his name. His name is Locke. He sent over those assassins over to him, and they are called the Red Horizon Fraternity. I kid you not, that's what they're called, the Red Horizon Fraternity. And they take pride in that name because one of the guys had said Red Fraternity Whores or something. Excuse my language, but that's kind of what he said in the episode. And they took him seriously. So I like the seriousness of the villains, but the comedy. It's pretty funny and it's not overwhelming, and so they're about to have a big standoff. I feel like the assassins are going to take out Black Claw and their crew. They don't seem too intimidating, but that's basically how the episode ends. I like this episode. Again, I am more entertained by the prince, the king, vodka. I like the whole aesthetic of the kingdom, so I want more of that. But I will say it is interesting to see Philly the Kid in action and like his personality, and you know, hopefully we get more backstory on the curse and how that came to be, and how is it that everybody's aware of it, but it's not this big old. They don't make that much commotion about the curse. It's kind of like they're aware of it, but they're not too worried about it. So hopefully they explain that. But let me know what you guys thought about episode 4 in the comments. And like always, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this. And you guys have a great rest of your week.